7 Things Intelligent Men Should Never Do with Women. A complete guide to healthy relationships introduction, sparking interest. Have you ever thought about what really makes a relationship work? In a world full of challenges and complicated dynamics, many men get lost in attitudes that, instead of bringing them closer, push away a genuine connection. Sometimes these attitudes start with small mistakes that, over time, turn into big problems. If you've ever wondered what you might be doing wrong or what you could improve, this video is for you. Here, we'll explore 7 attitudes that intelligent men should never have in a relationship, so you know how to build a healthy one, full of respect, admiration, and authenticity. Throughout this video, you'll understand why these attitudes are harmful and the impact they have not only on the relationship, but also on your own identity and self-esteem. If you want to learn how to avoid these pitfalls and become a more conscious and respectful partner, keep watching. 1. Don't abandon yourself in the hope of being loved more. At the beginning of a relationship, the excitement and the desire to please the other person can lead us to make concessions. It's natural to want to see the other person happy, but where does this become problematic? When you start giving up who you truly are, your values, your passions, your beliefs out of fear of not being accepted or thinking it will make you more likable. You're putting yourself in a vulnerable position. This happens so subtly that you often don't even realize it. What many men do and understand is that true strength in a relationship comes from your ability to be yourself. It's not about being inflexible or selfish, but about maintaining your integrity and authenticity. When you start denying yourself for the sake of the relationship, you end up creating a void where respect and admiration, which are fundamental to the bond, begin to fade. Women, especially emotionally intelligent ones, have a very keen radar for detecting when someone is being true to themselves or just trying to please. They notice when the man next to them isn't the most authentic version of himself. And while she may not say it, respect starts to erode. Instead of feeling more attracted, she begins to question the trust she can place in you. A man who doesn't respect himself won't have the respect of those around him. Golden tip. For a relationship to thrive, it's essential that you stay true to your values and needs. This doesn't mean being inflexible, but having the courage to take a stand and show who you really are without the fear of losing her. Women are attracted to men who have the strength and security to be authentic. 2. Don't make her the center of your world. It is very common in relationships for a man to become so passionate about his partner that he starts to place her at the center of everything. This is especially true in the beginning, when emotions are running high and you want to be near her all the time. However, this behavior, which seems romantic at first glance, starts to change the dynamic of the relationship in a negative way. By putting the woman at the center of your life, you gradually drift away from other areas that are important to you, your friends, your hobbies, your work, and even your own personal projects. This emotional dependency ends up creating an imbalance where the woman begins to feel overwhelmed, and you start to feel pressured to constantly meet her expectations. This type of relationship isn't healthy because it's based on dependency, not partnership. Why is this harmful? A woman is attracted to men who have a life of their own, a purpose, and who are complete by themselves. When you give up your individuality and become overly emotionally dependent on her, you diminish the magnetism that made her interested in you in the first place. She wants a partner who complements her, not one who absorbs her. Reflection. Ask yourself, do I still have my own identity, or am I losing myself in the relationship? The right woman will value you for your independence and your ability to have a rich and full life outside the relationship. This is the kind of love that stands the test of time. 3. The trap of excessive attention. Another common mistake many men make is the belief that the more attention they give a woman, the more she will love them. This comes from a mistaken idea that a relationship depends exclusively on constant validation. But in reality, excessive attention, instead of creating more desire, can actually diminish attraction. Human beings are programmed to value what is rare and unpredictable. This also applies to attention. When you are always available, always feeding the woman with messages and affectionate gestures, you become predictable and therefore lose value. This creates a vicious cycle of insecurity, where you feel you need to be constantly present to maintain her attention, but this only creates emotional exhaustion. What should you do? True attention comes from confidence. When you are confident in who you are and what you offer to the relationship, your attention becomes a gift, not a demand. A woman feels when your attention is genuine and not forced, which creates true attraction. Golden tip: if you are constantly seeking external validation, stop. Redirect that energy to something productive that strengthens your own world. This will not only improve your self-esteem, but also increase the attraction she feels for you. 4. Never let disrespect slide. Disrespect often manifests in subtle ways, disguised as small jokes or negative comments. When you ignore these situations, you are in fact allowing the woman, without realizing it, to start treating you inappropriately. This creates a cycle of disrespect that intensifies over time. Instead of ignoring or minimizing these moments, it's essential that you take a stand and show what is and isn't acceptable. This doesn't mean being aggressive or confrontational, but rather being firm and clear about your boundaries. Remember that you are teaching the woman how you expect to be treated. Why is this important? When you establish healthy and respectful boundaries, you ensure that the relationship is built on a solid foundation. The woman who truly respects you will value and admire you for your ability to stand your ground and protect the relationship. 5. Be transparent. Don't leave anything unsaid. Open communication is key to avoiding misunderstandings and building a solid relationship. When something bothers you or when your expectations aren't met, it's crucial to express this honestly. Ignoring these feelings, thinking they will pass, ends up creating an accumulation of frustrations that can explode at an inconvenient moment. Golden tip: don't be afraid to have difficult conversations. Be honest about your feelings and your needs. This not only improves the relationship, but also strengthens the trust and connection between you and your partner. 6. Never sacrifice your authenticity to fit her expectations. Constantly trying to please a woman by molding yourself to her expectations can be a dangerous trap. Authenticity is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. When you allow yourself to be who you truly are, without fear of judgment, you become a more appealing and admirable person. Reflection: if you are molding yourself too much to please your partner, you need to stop and ask yourself, am I still being true to myself? Being authentic creates a foundation of mutual respect, which strengthens the bond and the attraction. 7. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Many men are afraid to show vulnerability, thinking it's a sign of weakness. However, being vulnerable is a sign of strength, as it shows that you are capable of opening up emotionally and sharing your deepest feelings. The right woman will admire your ability to be transparent and authentic, and this will only bring you closer together. Maintain your self-respect, identity, and authenticity throughout this video. We've seen how small but significant attitudes can change a relationship for better or for worse. Maintaining self-respect, being transparent, and not letting disrespect slide are the pillars that support a healthy and lasting relationship. Now that you know what intelligent men should never do with women, it's time to apply these tips and change the dynamic of your relationship. If you like this content, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more videos like this one. Let's build relationships based on respect, authenticity, and true love together. Click the subscribe button and stay tuned for the next tips.